ladies and gentlemen, no intro for this video. I just want to come up here just for a couple minutes and talk about a guy who had to share some unfortunate news today that came out that's been going on, I believe, for the past 5 weeks, I believe he said in the interview he had. Very good spirited, though, very inspiring. And it's always good to see someone who is going through a tough journey like this put this inspiration out there for sure. So Dave Coulier, actor, comedian, best known for his role as Joey Gladstone in Full House, an unsung hero in my opinion to me, and I'll explain why in a second. Announced today, it was shared today in an interview he had on, I forgot which TV show was that he was interviewed on, that he unfortunately 5 weeks ago was diagnosed with stage 3 Non-Hodgkins Lymphoma. He has gone through chemo already and a few other surgeries. I think he said 3 surgeries, I think. I thought they said he got it out and it hasn't spread. But I guess the good news is, as of now, his something being 90% for like a survival rate. So what he has is very curable from what it sounds like, which I've heard of a few people that have not survived non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but I've heard of several people who have been able to beat non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So Dave's chances of survival seem pretty good right now. He's 65 years old. His birthday is actually the day before mine. I knew he was born in 1959 because I knew he was a year older than my dad, but I didn't realize that his birthday was the day before mine until I looked it up tonight. His birthday is September 21st. Mine is September 22nd. Pretty cool for me. But yeah, definitely some news you do not want to hear for sure about some people. Dave Coulier. So most of you know I'm into like 90s sitcoms and whatnot. My favorite sitcom of all time is definitely Seinfeld. But I feel like Full House, like when I was like 10, 11 years old, that was my favorite show at the time. I haven't watched it as much for a while now. I actually did want to do Full House as my next sitcom review whenever I do get back to reviewing sitcoms. I especially wanted to do it after Bob Saget passed away almost 3 years ago. It will be in January. It'll be 3 years for him. Full House to me, despite the fact that I got made fun of a ton for loving that show, I don't care. To me, it was a show that, was inspirational, very family oriented, and just helped me look at a lot of other aspects in life and just like help me find structure and grow as a person too. And Dave Coulier, of course, was definitely one of those parts of it. Despite the fact, he was a funny guy, he was a comedian, successful, of course, started off a little slow, as you remember in the series, but eventually he became a very successful comedian, getting on all these big shows as well, even going as far as developing a better relationship with his father later on, Joey, that is. He was a big part of making that show successful. And that's why I definitely view him as kind of like an unsung hero, for sure. I haven't really seen much of his other work outside of Full House. The only other thing I can remember seeing him in was that one Disney movie, The 13th Year. The one where he played the father of a kid who was born, whose actual mother was a mermaid, and they adopted him when he got left behind. Whatnot. I think the only thing I've actually seen Dave Coulier in. But to me, if I only know him for Full House for the rest of my life, then that's great, because that again is a show that could not just not just got me to gain a love for 90s sitcoms, which again is definitely my outside of sports, that's kind of like my comfort zone, my main genre. I love Full House, Family Matters. Just a few years ago, my wife finally got me hooked on Friends. Recently I've been watching that 70s show, King and Queens, several other shows as well that, yes, may have started in the 80s or gone into the 2000s. But again, Full House, I think, was the first 90s sitcom that I truly really became a fan of. And like I said, Dave Coulier was a huge part of that. And, I offer my thoughts and prayers to Dave, his family. I think he said he'll have chemo all the way to February. And as long as all goes well, that should put him back in remission, hopefully. Again, as of now, the cancer has not spread. And it seems very curable. But we just have to continue to pray, show support for Dave. And Dave as well will continue to be an inspiration to many people for sure. And I thank Dave for being the person he is, both as an actor and as a human being himself, being an inspiration for those who definitely do suffer from, serious illnesses like this, but shows you can still have a good head on their shoulders. The thing that concerns me a little bit again is the fact that they did mention that cancer does run in his family, and he's had several relatives who have died young of cancer. But this one so far seems like it's curable. So again, thoughts and prayers to Dave and his family. Thoughts and prayers, of course, the Full House family. John Stamos especially, because now he already lost Bob Saget, a good friend of his. Now his other good friend is sick. He's going to stick right by his side for. To the girls, to Candace, Jody, Mary Kate and Ashley, Lori Loughlin, Scott Wanger, Andrea Barber, all the main people who were in Full House that were definitely love Dave for sure. And I look forward to hopefully hearing some good news soon on a good update for Dave Coulier. So what are your guys' thoughts on this heartbreaking news, but hopeful as well, and inspiration with Dave Coulier, who is now battling with stage 3 non-Hodgkins lymphoma, but seems to be in good hands so far. What are your guys' thoughts on all this? So you guys' thoughts, get down in the comments section below. Be sure also, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well, The Club of the Man 93. You may also follow me on TikTok and Instagram, The Club of the Man 1993. And stay tuned also, as tonight, the next episode of my WWE 24 series, for those of you who love wrestling, will be premiering tonight as well. I'll be uploading this at the same time as this, and we will go from there. So have a good night, guys. And again, prayers for you, Dave. We're all behind you.